These are just basic things that no one really talks about, and just assume that everyone who's gonna touch a smartphone is gonna learn. But there's a lot of people out there who don't know the basics of using their devices. So today I wanted to show you guys and talk to you guys about basics on using your smartphone. What kind of cell phone do you have? What kind of device do you own? Do you really know? Or did you just listen to the guy behind the counter? The best way to check your device is always through your setting. Some secondhand retailers on eBay or Amazon sell refurbished cell phones, and the IMEI and the serial number may not be the same as the software. So it's always better to rely on the software. The IMEI and serial number are the information for each device. The IMEI and serial number is almost like the fingerprint of each device. IMEI stands for International Mobile Equipment Identity, which is like a code that each and every device has it to identify the cell phone. The IMEI is used to prevent cell phone calls coming in or going out if you've lost your phone or if it got stolen. So the first thing we want to do is we want to check the setting. So I have 3 phones here for you guys that we're going to be using. I have an iPhone X here, I have a Galaxy S9 here, and I have an LG G2. But I'm going to show you guys how to go through your setting and find out what kind of device you have. Even though that I've mentioned what kind of devices I have here, we're still going to find out how to check these out individually. So I'm going to start off with the iPhone X. I have an iPhone X here. So this one, obviously, as you can tell, it doesn't have a home button. The home button is basically just swiping up. Okay. So we go to settings here. We're going to go to General. We're going to go to About, which should be on the top. About, and we're going to scroll down to where it says Model. The reason why we're looking this stuff up is because on the iPhone X in particular, it doesn't tell you that it's an iPhone X. It just says that it's an iPhone and that's it. How do you really know that the person behind the counter is selling you an iPhone XS, an XS Max, or an iPhone X, or even an iPhone XR? You don't know this information. I don't know this information. I just listen to the guy behind the counter because I assume he knows everything. So we can go to the settings here, and if we were to Google search your model number, which you can tap right here where it says model, it all starts like this, like it'll have this kind of lettering, and then it has numbers on it, and then it has a /A. But the quickest way is to just click on it and it'll say A. All of them start with the letter A, and it gives you like some 4 numbers, and that's it. So if you were to put A1865 into the computer or your URL bar, you're going to search this up and it's going to give you what kind of model this iPhone is. So in this case, I know this is an iPhone X. So if you were to Google search that number, this is an iPhone X, it's going to show you. So the next one is a Galaxy S9. So right here, if I went to settings, let me see. So if I went to settings right here, and I go to, let me see if it's general or if it's about. If I scroll down on Android, it should be under general, or if you scroll down, it should be under about. So this one, as you can tell, it says the same thing, just has letters and numbers. This says SM-G960U1. So on the top it says Galaxy S9, but if it didn't have that, I would do the same thing as I did the iPhone, and I would just Google search this. And the reason I'm Google searching this is because I want to make sure that this is the device that I'm buying. It's a Galaxy S9 and it's not a Galaxy S8. Or maybe you just forgot what kind of device you had. Some devices on the back it literally tells you what kind of device this is. So let me see if I can fix this camera setting so you can see a little better. You see how it says Galaxy S9? That's Galaxy S9 right here. So if you can't see it on the back, it might be in your settings, so definitely check your settings all the time. So this is a Galaxy S9. This one's a G2, LG G2. It says right there, G2. It also has a sticker on this one on the back that gives me the IMEI information, and it gives me the model number. It's pretty small right here, but this is LG D800. So if I were to Google search this, it's going to pull up LG G2. This is a really older model. I think this is a 2012 model. But let me see. So if we go to settings, this one, as you can tell, you can't scroll all the way down. So this one has like little options right here. So you have network, sound, display, and general. So you would just click on general, and you're going to scroll down to where you see about phone. So let me turn this back down. About phone. Right here you can see status, so there's the IMEI, but the phone name is G2, so you don't have to really look this up anymore. That's the device name. But let's say you don't trust that person, or maybe somebody changed it, because you can change this information. You see, I can just write whatever I want to and then save it. So let's say I didn't trust that guy, or whatever, you know, for any reason you didn't trust him. Let me see. So I think you would go to hardware information, and right here it says model number, and it says LG D800. So that's how you know this is the correct model. Everything else checks out. And then I would go to Google search, and I would look that up, just as you saw, and it should come up as LG G2. So G2, this is an LG. As you can see, LG, life's good, G2. Okay, so don't let nobody trick you. Don't let people confuse you. There's a lot of people that would fix your phone, will fix your phone, trick you. There's a lot of people that would sell you stuff. They're going to trick you, so just be on the lookout all the time. Now that we know what kind of device you have, we can easily find more information about the phone. There's plenty of videos online about people doing reviews on phones. Most of them skip out on essential facts and basic knowledge, and assume that everyone listening knows sufficient knowledge about phones or smartphones. So they assume that you can easily maneuver and do a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of basics that people don't really cover. So if you watch a video, if you want to watch more information about your phone, definitely watch a few videos, not just one, because some videos show you a thing or two more than another video. So don't just stick to one video. It's important that we find out what kind of model you have, because the type of model that you have will be different than other devices. So that means that, you know, the iPhone is going to be different than the Samsung S9. But even though Samsung S9 and your LG G2 are Android, that doesn't mean that they're exactly the same, or that they're all going to be consistent with, you know, parts or batteries or anything else. Each of them are different in their own ways. So the thing is here, the basic rules apply as far as texting, calling, and internet. Everything else depends on the type of phone you have, such as apps, the storage of apps, the configuration of apps, and the placement of apps. The type of phone you own also depends on what type of apps can be downloaded or not, easy interface of the phone, the type of charger for your phone, and physical protection of your phone, such as cases and screen protectors. Now that you know what kind of device you have, we can easily go into the 4 important basic things, which are your contacts, your calling, your texting, and your internet. What are contacts? Well, Your contacts are what we store as phone numbers. There are phone numbers that can be saved to our phones as a name, such as 410-766-0340 can be saved to your phone. The name that can be saved under would be cell phone doctor. It can be saved as your first name and last name, or as the whole name altogether. No worries, as long as you can remember who it is you're talking to, that's all that really matters. So here on the iPhone, I'm going to show you how to save a contact on the iPhone. So this is the iPhone X, and we're going to save your contact here. So we're just going to find contacts. So it should be, all of them are going to be the same. So it's going to be some type of silhouette. You can see also on the app it says contacts. So what you would do when you find it, it'll look like this. And obviously I don't have any contacts on this phone. So what I want to do is I want to click this little plus up here. This little plus symbolizes that I want to add someone. So I'm going to add our phone number. So here you can see that it says first name and last name and the company. So I'm going to put in cell phone as the first name. So when I click on the name where it says first name, it's going to pop up as a keyboard. So I'm going to put cell phone, cell phone, and the last name is going to be doctor. So I know this person is calling me, and then this phone number is going to be our phone number, our store phone number. So it's going to be 410-766-0340. And when I'm done, I'm literally going to click on the button where it says done, as in done. Done. This is saved now. So I can send a message here, and this is the speech balloon here, and I can also call this. However, you can't send us a text because this is a landline, so you can't send text to landlines. But if you needed to call us because you had a question about a repair, or if you want to fix something, you can definitely give us a call. So this is for the iPhone only. The Galaxy S9 is different, but it's still the same basic stuff. So here I'm going to swipe up because it doesn't have a home button to click like a physical home button. The home button is this little circle thing. So I would go to your contacts. If you can see here clearly, it says contacts. And then I'm going to go to the little plus button. Same thing like iPhone, just says plus. There's a little plus. Here, a good thing you can do is you can save your contacts to your SIM card. So a SIM card is basically like your service. So the little chip that they put in your device, you can switch that over if you want to upgrade. You can definitely do so, and you don't really have to go to stores that much anymore. If you have AT&T or T-Mobile, your service is on your SIM card, whereas Verizon and Sprint, you kind of technically still have to go to get your device activated, but you can still put your SIM card in there, and it should transfer over your contacts if you click to save your contacts on your SIM card. So click SIM card, which is easier, and we're going to set as default. That means that each and every time that you go to save a device or a contact, it'll always save to your SIM card. So we're going to click there, and we're going to put it in. As you can see, it doesn't give me the option to save it as first name and last name. It just gives me a name and phone number option. So I'm going to do the same thing. Cell phone doctor. And then our phone number is 410-766-0340. It doesn't matter if you have the dashes, it'll do it by itself. So save, right? Here we go. There's the dashes right there. There's one dash right there, and obviously it's in parentheses. Same thing, speech balloon, phone call. Okay? Not much of a difference. This is Android now. Same thing, or at least basically the same thing as iPhone. Alright, so this is an LG2. This is an older style model. And we're going to do swipe to unlock. And as you can see, it doesn't have a home button, physical home button. The circle is still the home button. Okay, we're going to cancel that. We're going to find where contacts are. Contacts is this silhouette again. Click that. Here we have a directory of all these people. This is still AT&T. I've already set this one up, but if I wanted to save Cell Phone Doctor again, same thing right here. Click the little plus. Name. Some give you options. This little down arrow gives you an option if you want to save first name and last name. So first name and last name. And then you scroll down a little bit and you click on phone number. You add your phone number, and then it should say done or save. Save right here. So when you're done, you save it. Obviously this says save, this one said save, and this one said done. So it's still the same across the board. Doesn't matter what kind of device you have, really they're all the same. Calling. Now that you saved your contacts, you can easily access more options on the person saved on your contacts list. So if you click on the call button, which is often the icon of a phone, on most Android phones you can see dial, recent, contacts, and groups. On iPhone you're going to see favorite, recent, contacts, keypad, and voicemail. Keep in mind that even if you don't see this type of wording or grouping, even if it's not in this order, something will be there so that you may call and view your contacts. So that means that when I go to calling, when I go to my phone call, so I home button, right? Calling, this is your calling. I haven't called anybody because I just saved the contact. So here we see this kind of grouping, which was favorites, recent, contacts, keypad, and voicemail. All iPhones are the same. There's nothing that changed. From the iPhone 5 all the way up to the X, all of it is the same. Same thing on Android right here, the Galaxy Note 9 or the S9. Keypad, your recents, your contacts, places. If you wanted to check your keypad, you want to dial someone, you can do so. If you wanted to check who you've called recently or who you've missed a phone call of, or if you wanted to see who you called to, if you forgot, you can check that here. Your contacts, obviously, again, is where you're going to have all your contacts here, and that's pretty much it. So here we're gonna see the different wording, but still same stuff. So dial, call logs, contacts, favorites, and groups. So there's always something for you on each device to check. Your texting app. Texting is a great and easy way to send a message to someone without calling. The younger generation prefer texting. I personally like to text because anything texted can be saved. Whether it's an argument or a cute morning text, it's there and kept safe. Unlike calling, I may have to keep a piece of paper and pen by my side. It can be troublesome if I run out of paper or ink. If I do not have paper, I may forget what was said. Another thing is that voicemails can be saved for a short period of time. Text can be saved for a long time. Both voicemail and text can be saved indefinitely by the use of apps, which means that there's some apps where you can save your voicemail and your text messages, all of it. So you can do so with the use of an app, but voicemails can't be saved for a long period of time. I think they save for maybe the most a month, and then they get deleted by themselves. So here I'm going to show you how to text on an iPhone. So if I open this up and go back to the main page, like using your home button, it's going to be a speech bubble. All devices, doesn't matter what you have, all of them are going to be a speech bubble. So if you're running on Android or if you're running on iPhone, it's going to be a speech bubble. So here, click that. And as you can see, I don't have anybody I've texted. So here, if I wanted to text somebody, I would just click this button right here, and it's going to show me who am I texting, who am I sending a message to, and then here is going to be the keypad. When I type something in here, I just click this little green button to send a text. everything you've texted is going to be on this side. Everything you've received from that person is going to be on the left side. Here, if I wanted to say, let's say I wanted to text somebody, what I do is I'm going to put the phone number. So 410-766-0340. Like I said, you can't send a text to this because this is a landline, but as you can see, it comes up as cell phone doctor because I've saved it here. And there's my phone number again. So I can click this person and it automatically converts it to cell phone doctor. So, but if I didn't have it saved, it would just say 410-766-0340, and then you would see that that's just the phone number. And then here, I would still say, you know, something, you know, like hello, and I would send it. But obviously, like I said, you can't send us a text; it won't work. If I wanted to do emojis, right here, I would just click on the smiley face. Emojis are right here, so I can go through them. And for anyone who's watching this and aren't really familiar with your emojis, the emoji is basically just used to describe the way you're feeling. If someone made a joke, you would send them this the laughing with the little tears on it, so like this. So if you see, this one has like little tears on the side. Here, this one has tears on the side. So you would just laugh. You think it's funny, great, you know. But if someone said something sad, instead of saying, "Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that," or "I'm sad," or "I'm crying for you," or whatever, you would just send one that has a picture of a person crying, like this. That person's crying. The emoji, I mean, is crying. Something sad, like the little tear right here, you know, it's crying. So yeah, this is what emojis are for. But like I said, you would see whatever you sent is going to be on this side, whatever they sent is going to be on this side for all of it. Doesn't matter what you're on, all of it is going to be the same. Same thing with the Galaxy S9. Right here, if I went to text, this is messages, but it's still a speech bubble, so you're not really going to get confused with that. You shouldn't get confused with that. So let me see, we're going to erase that because I don't know what the heck that is. So let's trash that. Actually, this is a good one. Let's see. If I wanted to, if there's somebody sent you a message, let's say somebody sent you a message, right? You don't want to know about it. This is from easy cash .space. I don't know who the heck that is. So if I hold it, it's going to give me this option where I can delete or just block the notification. I'm going to delete it because I don't care who it is, and we're just going to delete it. But here, same thing, speech balloon. I want to send a message. Obviously, there's no plus, there's no pen, there's no paper, there's nothing here. So what I'm going to do is just click the little speech balloon, and it's going to say who's the recipient. So same thing, I'm going to enter a phone number, 410-766. Oh, actually, look, see, it pops up. So you can use that same number, or let's say I didn't have anybody saved, right? This is our alternative number. It's our other store number. So 410-451-1807. That's our Gambros location. So this person isn't saved, so I would text them. But you can see that it's just the phone number. It doesn't have any dashes or anything. Don't worry about it. When you go to text, it'll just come up as dashes, so don't worry about it. You don't have to put one either. You can find the emojis right here on the top. Smiley face. Here we go again with the emojis. If you thought it was funny, here's the haha one. If you thought it was sad, you would just click this one with the tear right here. So there's a lot of stuff you can see on here, but like I said, right hand side is going to be what you said, left hand side is going to be what was said to you. Okay, same thing on the G2. This is an older style smartphone, but still the same exact thing. So here, speech bubble again, except it's brown and white. Same thing again. This one has the same thing like iPhone, has a little paper and pen. So I would click that, And same thing again, to who am I going to send it to? If you know the person is saved on your contacts, you would just put in their name and it should come up with their phone number. If you have two people of the same name, but you recognize which number is different, then you would just put in whatever number, you would click whatever number is the person's name. So here we go. And then here, you just write whatever you want. And then again, here you can see the little, here on the bottom, you can see a little smiley face. You would click that and then look for the smiley face again. You would click that and then emojis right here. Same thing. If it's funny, haha. If it's not funny, sad. But you can definitely see them. I'm not sure if you can see them on the camera, but here's the funny one. Here's the crying. You thought it was hilarious. And then the sad one is over here. That means you're crying. Okay. Internet, it's going on the internet is as simple as clicking the app. You can check the weather, you can check Facebook, you can check the current news, you can check stocks, you can check your email, look up videos on YouTube, and so much more. All the things you may want to look up also have apps such as the weather app, YouTube app, Facebook app. So what you want to do is you want to look for your internet app. Android phones and Windows phones may have Internet Explorer or Google Chrome. iPhone has Safari, which is a little app that it has the blue compass. So here we go, iPhone again, scroll up, and this is your compass. It's a blue compass. This is Safari. If you have a MacBook, this is still Safari. You're still looking up everything. So you would just look up whatever you want to right here. This is your URL bar. If you don't put .com on whatever you're looking up, so if you put YouTube and you just search up YouTube, it's just going to go to YouTube and it's going to show you searches of YouTube. So YouTube, all this other stuff, videos of YouTube and stuff like that. But if you put youtube.com, it'll literally go to youtube.com because this is your URL bar. Same thing on Galaxy S9. If you go to internet, right? Remind me later. It already opens up as Google. Okay, so right here, if you want to, you can look it up. Right up here, this is still your URL bar, so you can just put YouTube and it's going to come up as YouTube, but it won't be youtube.com. So there's a difference. So if I were to go to YouTube, just YouTube is just going to Google search YouTube results. Same thing, I just have internet on this one. On the iPhone X I don't, but it would be just the same. And last but not least, the G2. Same exact thing. So if I were to go to internet, I'm going to go to internet. It's going to come up as this. Obviously on this one I don't have internet, but if I did and I went to YouTube, if I went to YouTube, right, YouTube is going to show me a whole bunch of searches just like the Galaxy S9. But if I put .com, it's going to show me youtube.com. So I'm going to see YouTube's official site and everything. And here's the funny thing. The Google results, or the Safari, internet right here was Internet Explorer, right? We have Chrome on this device. Right, we have Google Chrome. Doesn't matter. This thing still searched up on Google. iPhone, the results were from Google. This LG device, everything was still on Google. So this is what I'm talking about. These phones are all the same basic knowledge is all across the board. There's nothing too fancy about these devices. So don't get confused. Don't get don't struggle too much with these devices. These are the basic things that people do not talk about and assume everyone knows. These are the things that people do not talk about and assume everyone knows. Today I showed you guys about the 4 topics that no one really talks about, which is using your contacts app, your calling app, your texting app, and your internet app. But don't be afraid of getting lost. Everything lost will find its way. These smartphones are easy to maneuver and you can always learn and start over if you make a mistake. Learning is about repetition. Do not hesitate. Remember that these phones are handheld computers and these phones can do various things. If you have any questions, let me know. At Cell Phone Doctor, we replace iPhone screens in 40 minutes or less without any data loss. Thank you.